Oh my gosh. Please. Reach. Yes. Oh. We're in. There's a creek, but we're in. Please turn green. We're at 4% charge. Show me green. Yes. Yes. This is a trip that was almost... Oh my gosh, I'm sinking in the snow. This trip was almost canceled because obviously there's a cyclone going through a lot of NorCal and Oregon. So we've checked the weather as frequently as we can. There's a lot of live camera feeds. I was actually concerned for our windshield wipers because they were basically running on full blast for well over an hour. The rain has been insane. It's actually not too bad right this second. A new problem I didn't anticipate. The snow is literally icing our supercharger, not gas car icing. I couldn't plug into this one. Thankfully, I had to go up a little bit on the snow here. The cable did reach. This is one of the early V2s. I'm not charging here for very long. We just needed to top off for a second. It maxes out at 125 kilowatts. There's a 150 nearby, but I didn't want to chance it because our state of charge was getting really, really low. You can really figure out how much you can pull from the battery pack with some of these road trips. But hey, they said LFP wasn't good in the winter. We're road tripping in it. We already had to turn around once because of a flood zone. There was water completely over the highway in Red Bluff, so we had to turn around, make a U-turn, go back south. When you're supposed to be driving north all day, it feels very discouraging to drive south, even for a small amount of time. Thankfully, we got on the interstate. The interstate's been mostly clear. Hopefully, the worst is past us, and we'll keep you guys posted if it gets worse. Obviously, I'm just trying to stay dry here, but thank God that just enough space for the cables to reach. But yeah, I hope I didn't damage my car. I had to back it into the snow several times. We have chains. We are prepared, although I've already figured out that tire socks would be better. I just didn't know they existed until right before this trip started. So next time we should have tire socks, but chains are required on certain parts of these roads, but rear-wheel drive for the win. Who needs all-wheel drive in long-range battery packs, right? We're getting by just fine, just fine.
Good thing they're both raised.
Why did you park like that? Now I don't have a charger.
He didn't realize.
Oh my God. So I gotta keep going. Dang it.
Yeah, it's not very clear which direction you're supposed to pull through.
Arrows, but they didn't listen. Well, this is my first time ever supercharging at the new V3 Plus station in Chemult, which is pretty cool, other than the fact that, yeah, on this trip, it seems like snow taking up the supercharging stalls is becoming an increasing problem. Our car was literally stuck, and it turns out we're not the only ones. I thought I was just the idiot with rear-wheel drive, but Tesla has actually sent out an employee because there were many people calling about all of the snow buildup at this charger, and he helped us literally push our car into the supercharger stall. So that was a bit of an experience, a bit of a process. I got really worried there for a second. I thought we were stuck for good, but no, he helped guide us in and told us that the slushy stuff is way out here, and that's where our car was spinning out. So we're getting peak speeds now, and I still think even with pushing the car, we're making better time because thanks to this new Chemult station, we get to bypass the Klamath Falls supercharger completely, which used to be a routine stop after the Weed supercharger or the Mount Shasta supercharger. So it's cool that even though this route was fine and I was happy with it before, Tesla decided, no, it could be better. So they built a pull-through optimized supercharger, by the way. So this is very trailer friendly. Of course, when it's not snowing so much, you're actually supposed to park the other way, but because so many cars were getting stuck, we're actually going not the right way that the arrows are pointed. But this will be perfect. Like, I know Tesla can't always lay out chargers this way, but when they can, it's great for Ford owners because they can just pull in a little bit less and the cable will reach just fine. It's a little bit confusing if you're a Hyundai or a Kia because then your charge port's on the passenger side rear and you might easily occupy two spaces when you don't mean to. But yeah, for like the Mach-E, which has the charge port on the driver's side front, this will be great. Cybertruck optimized, of course, because of all these trailer-friendly chargers. And this charger is so much closer to the freeway than the Klamath Falls one, which wasn't a bad charger by any means, but still, you had to go 5 to 10 minutes off the main route in order to charge there. So it's not just 20, 25 minutes to recharge your car. It's more like 35, 40 minutes to get out to where the chargers are. They put a second supercharger in Klamath Falls, but it's even further from the highway. So I'm a little confused by that, but this one is great because now we can just bypass it entirely and and hopefully we can get it plowed more often. And this might be a good place to put on my chains next time, but other people were saying they had better results when they turned on the limited slip or the slip mode in settings, but mine was grayed out for some reason. Maybe you guys can fill me in on that. Why was my car not letting me engage the slip mode? Because apparently that helped with everybody else here, but I'm just the crazy guy who's still willing to have a rear-wheel drive Model 3 through the winter. But hey, we're getting good speeds, we're on our way, and hopefully we make it. It's an adventure, right? Go, go, go! Gun it! Yeah, boy! Wow. Whew. How cool is Tesla, man? People got complaints with the charger, so they're like, oh yeah, we'll just send somebody out to help literally push the cars into their stalls. Incredible. That's more impressive to me than the FSD stuff, because FSD just beeps at me all day. So I turned it off. Any kind of rain or darkness, the cameras will not shut up. So Supercharger's amazing. FSD, I could live without it. And for the rest of the trip, it was really just a lot more rain. In fact, an intense amount of rain. Seriously impressed with how clean my windshield was by the end of the trip. But yeah, just pouring down rain on the interstate for hours and hours at a time. No issues with the windshield wipers. I don't know how rigorously you guys have ever tested them, but I'm pretty sure mine were running at least 4 to 5 hours over the course of this trip, and they still work just fine. So I've never driven through rain like that before. Maybe I just don't get out enough, but we did cross 64,000 miles on the good old Model 3 on this trip, and we thankfully made it to our destination. Happy to see family, happy to spend time with them, and know that the Tesla got us there safely, and no supercharger ever left us stranded, even though, yes, there was definitely a lot of snow buildup on those couple earlier superchargers. I should mention that there were other superchargers where the cable was literally not hooked up to the stall. It was just sitting in solid water, just in puddles, and I could pick them up from the puddles, plug them into the car, and immediately get 170 kilowatts. Never had to use the chains. I had them available and I tried them on, so I knew that it was possible to put them on this vehicle and everything. I live in a place where it doesn't snow all that much, which is why it's taken me this long to actually give you guys some feedback on how rear-wheel drive does in the snow. But the good news was I was not the only one at that supercharger that had rear-wheel drive. Lots of other people were able to get to their chargers. Usually that slip start setting tends to help out a lot, and hopefully in the future, Tesla can figure out ways to ensure either that the chargers are plowed, or maybe they need a little bit more roof area, and that could help fight at least some of the snow buildup directly around the superchargers. But ultimately, snow is always going to be problematic for some EVs. And of course, all-wheel drive is better, but I don't want to send out the message that rear-wheel drive makes it impossible, because these were some pretty tough conditions that we made it through, and I'm very thankful that our car got us here and that we now are making amazing, great memories with the family. So thank you to everybody supporting this channel directly. Seriously, helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos. So thanks again. Have an excellent rest of your day.